Hey everybody, can you all hear me okay? You guys okay? Guys over there? Wait, no, maybe not. Okay, good evening everybody. My name is Andy Malone. I'm an MVP, specializing in cybersecurity as well as Office 365, enterprise mobility, all that. I'm from a little country called Scotland. In my spare time I write books. I got to get that one in. I'm a certified trainer and also, as I say, a Microsoft MVP. And I come from a little place called Stirling in Scotland, if you've ever been there, okay? If you've not, you should. It's awesome. Home of William Wallace, okay? So I'm going to talk about CloudApp security. But the world that we live in today, as a cybersecurity specialist, is a dangerous world. There's lots of hacking going on. It's the, who is it? It's the Chinese, it's the Russians, who's doing all the hacking. It doesn't really matter who's doing it. The fact is that we're all potentially vulnerable. And Microsoft now has the principle that we assume breach. So we assume that your company has already been breached. So when you start to look at security from that perspective, your whole world changes. In the past, traditional security has been about firewalls, setting up the firewalls, setting up barriers to protect the bad guys from getting in the network. So now I'm saying to you, look, the bad guys are already on your network and have probably been there for about 200 days. That's the average kind of amount of time that a bad guy has been on your network. So at Microsoft Ignite this year, we've been talking about information protection, protecting information at source, so encrypting and so on. Now you guys as administrators, of course, want to protect your users, you want to protect your data. So when we see nasty viruses, ransomware, things like this, we automatically think, okay, how can I protect my users from that? Now, in terms of technology, there's been a few changes in the last few years. So one of the reasons I personally see apps as a potential danger. Now, when I have an Android, anybody got an Android device? Samsung Galaxy or something like that? So if I've got an Android device and I download that app that wants me to do 10-pin bowling, I want to know, why does that app need access to my camera? Why does it need access to my contacts? And I think, that's not right for a game. So ultimately, if you're on a network and you're sharing out your applications, your corporate applications, and you have users inbound that use corporate applications, what impact are those third-party apps having on your personal data? And this is really where we're looking at this session from. Also, the issue of trust. You know, we're downloading applications all the time. We automatically assume that they're trustworthy applications. We purchase them from trustworthy app stores. But again, what kind of impact are they having on your corporate data, your network, and your applications? So really, I want to talk about what is the app actually doing here. A compliance. I'm from the EU. I live in the UK. We're part of the European Global Data Protection algorithm. And again, this is really important, protecting personal information. And again, this is a very important aspect of this. So what about the personal apps that the users use? Do they have an impact on our systems? And this is what we're going to talk about here. So I want to introduce you CloudApp Security. So CloudApp Security, in a nutshell, performs three things. It protects you at the front door. So before you even get onto your system, it protects you right away. It protects your data anywhere. And most of all, it helps you detect and remediate potential issues. And when we talk about this, we want to talk about, how do I discover and assess the risks on my network? I need a tool to help me do that. And this has got a lot of intelligence actually built into the tool. But I want to control access in real time. I don't want to know, as a security person, I don't want to know when something has already happened. I don't want to be reactive. I want to be proactive. And this is very much a tool that helps you do that. I want to help protect the information, and this sits alongside tools like information protection, and I want to detect potential threats right away. So assuming breach has already taken place, I want to know what those threats are and what kind of impact they're going to have on my system. And that's my slides. So what I want to do is I want to take you through the actual product itself. Now, just come into my demo. Okay, just a quick question out there. How many of you are on Office 365? How many of us are on Office 365? Okay, so Office 365 Admin Center, we go in, we create our users. We've got Microsoft Office apps. How many of you are in kind of hybrid mode? Anybody in hybrid? Anybody using Windows Intune out there? Oh, quite a lot. Okay, so Windows Intune, absolutely awesome tool. Helps me, ultimately, I can deploy apps to my users. It helps me manage my mobile devices. So I can download a little agent onto this, yes? And through the Intune portal here, I can basically set security policies. I can deploy apps for my users, and generally make it, it's a pretty good experience. But again, it's not so much bring your own device anymore. It's now really bring your own data to that device. So as a technical person, I'm not bothered about whether I'm using a Mac or you're using a PC or you're using an Android. As a user, it's how can I consume my data securely? And this is really where CloudApp Security comes in. So I can deploy the apps through Windows Intune. I can manage my user accounts in Office 365. I can go into the Azure Active Directory dashboard here, and I can obviously see which enterprise applications I'm deploying to the user account. But there's one thing missing here, one crucial part that's missing, is the fact that the chances are you're using bring your own device. So it's a user's personal device. And as an administrator, I don't know what else is on that user's device. I don't know what apps are on that user's device. I don't know how my corporate information, personally identifiable information, is going to react with that device. And this is really where CloudApp Security kind of flips in. So I'm going into the portal here, and you can see that this is my CloudApp portal. I'm just going to kind of zoom in a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier to see for you. So this is my overall portal. This is just some demo data that we have here. And you can see it just lets me know, if I've got any alerts. Now, CloudApp Security does a number of very, very clever things. One of the things it does is I'm going to go into what we call the Cloud Discovery dashboard here. And here in the Cloud Discovery dashboard, assuming that you've connected your users, my users are in Office 365, they're using enterprise mobility and security, you've installed the agent, we're managing them through Intune, everything looks good, but what else is going on? So here, this tells me exactly how many apps have been deployed in my organization, and there's an awful lot of artificial intelligence behind this. So you can see here, it shows me all the discovered apps. So this is all the discovered apps right throughout my entire organization on every device. So not just internal applications, but also mobile applications as well. And as you can imagine, it categorizes them. It also, there's hundreds of them, basically. So I can drill down by application. More than that, it's detected all the IP addresses of all my users in the organization. I can drill into those IP addresses. I can see which apps are using those IP addresses. I've got a complete list of all my users. I can click onto those user accounts and I can see which applications they're using. I can see which IP addresses they're coming from. So it's really very intelligent, very, very intelligent platform. Now, just going back to the dashboard here, I can see, first of all, that I've got something called the risk levels here. And pretty much everything looks good. It shows me how much data is running through my organization. And you can pretty much see that everything is green, everything looks good. So essentially, we have different categories. And you can obviously set these filters up yourselves, different app categories. Now, you can see one thing that's kind of worrying me. I've got kind of it says traffic from medium risk applications here. Let me just zoom in there so you can see this. So from medium risk, but it also shows me traffic from high risk applications. Now, don't know about you, but that's a little bit concerning to me. So I can actually click onto this and I can drill down into this and have a look. So right away, I can see which are these risky or potentially risky applications. Now, I don't know about you, but as a security guy, if there's a very, very low risk application called Monitor Us, I'm a bit concerned about that. So essentially what I can do is I can say, okay, let me click onto this and let's have a look at this in more detail. So right away, it tells me how many users. And again, I can drill into that, and it will actually show me the user accounts that have this application installed. I can then say, okay, just go back a one. I can say, so my users, I can see how much information is coming down. But more than this, it actually gives me a full report of the application itself. So it shows me where's the application coming from, the author of the application, the privacy policy, and then more importantly, it tells me about the security. So this particular application, for example, doesn't support multi-factor authentication. It doesn't have a data audit trail. It does have a valid certificate, but again, something's missing. It doesn't support SAML, for example, for federation and so on. Now, in terms of compliance, you can see if compliance is an important issue to us, this particular application is not compliant at all. So as an administrator, if this application is on my network, I would be quite concerned about it and what kind of effect it's actually having on my corporate applications. So I can, as I say, drill down into this particular application. I can find out its manufacturer. I can find out which users are using the application, which IP addresses are using the application, and where it's actually coming from. Now, obviously, I can then decide what am I going to do about this. Am I going to allow this particular application, or do I want to take some action on it? So I can either set this application as an unsanctioned application, or I can go ahead and sanction it. Now, I'm going to set this up as an unsanctioned application, which means I don't want my users on the network using this. Now, obviously, if I've got 10 users, you would have the courtesy of informing those 10 users, look, this is a particularly risky application, you maybe want to reconsider it. So there we go. That, as I say, that's just basically the categorization. As I say, you can discover the apps. You can see which IP addresses have got the apps, which users have got the apps. I can click on a particular user account. Just go over here. And I've got these are the users that have that particular app installed. I can click onto the user. And again, it breaks it down. It gives me a lot more detail on exactly what that app is doing, how much data it's processing, and so on. So, again, security-wise, you're being proactive here. And that's the important aspect. So that's one aspect of CloudApp Security, which is quite interesting. Now, there are also other things that it can do as well. Now, if I go down to here, we have something called control. And in control, you can decide, okay, do you want to set up some security policies based on applications? So in here, there are also some kind of well, there's a large number of preset templates that you can actually use. So I've got a few already kind of set up here, and you can see these. For example, we have one that's going to detect any logins from a risky IP address or from an unknown location. Now, of course, you can combine all of this technology with things like Azure conditional policies, conditional access policies. So you might say, okay, I only want users using this particular or these particular applications in a corporate environment. So we don't want these users using these applications out with the company, for example. So it will detect logons from a risky IP address. If you've got mass downloads by a single user in the organization, why is a user staying in work till 10 o'clock at night doing mass downloads of corporate data? I would personally find that a little bit concerning. Again, publicly shared confidential files, unusual file deletion. So it doesn't just look at the actual applications itself, it also has the intelligence, it looks at the behavior of users and also of devices. And it flags up immediately if something is wrong. So as I say, we have these policies. I can go into here and have a look at the policies here. We can go in and we can edit the policies. They're pretty in-depth. You can do if and or else rules here, obviously to suit your own needs. You can apply the filter to all files, all devices, specific owners, and so on. In terms of governance, again, you can specify whether the files are stored in OneDrive for Business or indeed SharePoint as well. And any security policies, of course, that you've set up previously using those other products, these integrate seamlessly. It's amazing, actually, how many customers I've actually come across that have got Office 365. They've got all of these security tools, but they don't use this. So if you're using tools like Intune, this is included. If you've got Microsoft Intune and you're using it for your Office 365, you definitely should be using this. Okay, so as well as that, as I say, you've got the, you can set the controls, you've got the security policies here, you've got the templates. Now, the other thing that I wanted just to mention in the cloud security dashboard here is if I just go back to that risky application, I can just expand that out. And as I say, you get that report. The one thing that you can do is, obviously this comes from a kind of global catalog of every application that's published. Now, if you think that this particular score is wrong, you have the opportunity to contact the vendor and say, do you have an updated score for this? I'll just zoom in on that so you can see. So you can request an updated score, but you've also got the option as well, if you've thoroughly tested the application, you might want to go and say, hey, I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to sanction that and let that run. So what I'm going to do, by the way, after the session, I'll take some questions. Obviously, we've got 20 minutes. We're a little bit limited on time. But if you get a chance to play with this, sign up for an Office, if you've not tried it, by the way, sign up for an Office 365 E5 subscription. 30 days, try it out, play with it. It's amazing. It will improve your security standing 1,000,000% if you're using tools like Windows Intune and if you're in hybrid, okay? So that's just a flavor. As obviously 20 minutes, you don't really have much time, but hopefully that's given you a flavor of what CloudApp Security can do for you. So in essence, it's an intelligent platform, comprehensively integrating with other Microsoft applications and technologies, including all the security tools. It's available now. Fantastic set of tools. Go in and have a look at it. It's included with the Enterprise E5. The key thing I would say to you is plan, although we have some good policies there, it's important that you plan these policies correctly to suit your needs. Okay. Develop test cases, try some solutions, try it out yourself, and ultimately, it's a fantastic product. If you're interested in knowing more, if you want to ask questions, you can contact me on my Twitter account @AndyMalone. And what can I say? Thank you very much for attending my session, and enjoy Ignite. Okay, thank you.